Fellas, in today's video, I'll be showing you how to play Captain America in this guide for Marvel Rivals. Captain America is sturdy and a mobile diver with some shielding abilities. That is great for hit and run tactics. If played right, the bonus health and speed can make him a very tough target to take down. So let's get in on how to play him. But first, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Marvel Rivals. Let me know below if there's anything you want to see next. Now, let's get into it. So with Season 1 right around the corner, we do know that Captain America will be getting a movement improvement, but we don't know what that is yet exactly. I'm thinking it'll be a general speed movement, as players can outpace Captain just by walking backwards. He's very slow. It's highly recommended you go into your settings, keyboard or controller, and then combat settings and choose your hero. Not all heroes, we want just Captain America for this one. And what we're going to want is under hero, hold to rise shield, we want that on, and disable, hold to dash. This makes sprint automatic with the forward movement and turns every jump into fearless leap. You should spam jump most of the game, especially when there's cooldowns, and this makes you run over walking. This is his ability, leading dash. Now we briefly covered it, let's talk about the Super Soldier Slam. This is a great way to get in close to your enemies, and it works similar to Venom's dive attack. The key is when you dive here, you launch your enemies, and then you immediately want to throw your shield. This is a good opener or finisher, and great for just shaking up the enemy in general. It does 30 damage with a beefy 12-second cooldown. Now one of the perks with Captain America's unique abilities is his basic attack. He can attack twice at melee range before throwing his shield 4 times. If you land the first 2 punches, then you follow up with your shield throws. These shield attacks can be particularly useful against fast moving enemies. The shield has a 25-meter range and will hit up to 4 targets or go for 5 seconds, whichever one comes first. Next we have his charging attack. If you need to close a gap or escape, you can use the Liberty Rush move. This gives you extra mobility, helping you get in close or get out of sticky situations, as well as doing 30 damage. You can follow up with some melee attacks for some quick damage as well, and if the enemy tries to escape, your shield will help you continue the pressure. This has a 12-second cooldown, as well as a range of about 12 meters. Following this, we have the Vibranium Energy Saw. This throws a shield. It's very similar to the basic attack for a range of 25 meters, but this one has an 8-second cooldown. The damage starts at 70 with a 20% damage reduction, up to 3 hits. It's great for distant damage, whether someone is running away or there's multiple targets there. Speaking of shields, Captain America does have some defensive capabilities. Living Legend is the move. This shield has 400 health, as you can see on the left hand side there. Right now it's at 200, and that recovers for 50 points every 3 seconds. This will deflect projectiles and ricochet them for 50% damage as well. You can even block Iron Man's ult, and it's good for taking a second to recharge abilities or hold your position while your supports heal. Now this does have a 2-second cooldown after usage, meaning you can't just rapidly spam the shield, you do have to wait a few seconds. Next we have a team up with Thor. With this you get a movement based speed, which is absolutely fantastic. And then with the C button on PC, you get a lightning based attack that does bonus damage. The new shield move has an area of effect and can hit twice. It's another shield move which is great to have and helps with hitting those nimble targets like Spider-Man. And then lastly we have Captain America's ultimate, which is Freedom Charge. This is incredibly powerful and borderline broken when used correctly. So once activated in a 4-meter wide path for the area, you get 150 bonus health, allies get 100 bonus health, and every second you get 110 bonus while your allies get 60. And so there's a 30% movement bonus, but one thing I really want to show is if you throw up your shield and dash, you do launch enemies back. That could be fantastic for clearing out a payload or a checkpoint, especially for chokeholds. Also with his base attacks, if you look down at the bottom left, you see Captain America the player, and then the shield was 0 out of 4. As you do attacks, that goes up, and then you start throwing your shield. Whether it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, you can throw your shield from a distance. Very useful to keep in mind, and as you play more and more, This will be something that's like second nature to you, so you won't have to focus on it. Now before we hop into some matches, there is one thing I do want to show you just for sake of ease. These abilities are all simple on their own, but they have a lot of versatility when you combo them in different ways. Some of the abilities can animation cancel each other, such as dashing out of the slam. That way you do go further and you don't waste any time with the actual slam itself. This is great for traversing. And of course, all your abilities can be weaved in with your left clicks, your basic attacks. Now that's the gist of all the abilities. Let's hop into some matches to show this off in game. So while playing Captain America, there's too many different factors to list out for optimal rotation. You have things like your team comp, the enemy comp, whether or not their support has a cooldown available. Maybe at full HP you could slam, melee, throw your shield at the healer, and then dash back to a point. But since you're a Vanguard, you have to throw your shield for damage and jump, dash, slam, block, all around the point to survive. In general, try to keep your moves on cooldown, especially the shield throw, since it does most of the damage. Keep your slam on cooldown as long as you don't need it for mobility to survive. I think the dash is best used for mobility in general, as it does less damage than regular melee. However, you can melee then dash someone if they're low HP for a faster burst of damage than just melee. Now as a Vanguard, there's only two things to really keep in mind: when to do damage and when to survive. Cap should constantly shift between these two playstyles depending on the fight. Only attack if you can do more damage than you're taking, unless you can get a kill safely. Otherwise, it's just to cause chaos, be destructive. You are the tank, you are going to be taking a lot of damage. Understanding all of this is a great start, but the best way to learn Cap, in my opinion, is by limit testing. Go in, do some quick play, choose Captain America, and get active. You can watch all the videos you want, read all the different guides on him, but he is quite tricky to play. But you do need to get some time in on him to learn the pattern recognition and build intuition for when you're safe, when you can int, who to attack, etc. It all comes from trial and error over a lot of games. Don't play fearful. You're a tank. Put yourself in stressful situations. Don't play passively. Accept that you probably won't win your first couple of matches, and get used to him. When it comes to defending, Captain America can hold his own. For example, if you're under fire, you can use your shield and push forward and escape, or even take out those attacking you. The key is to always be moving and to use your shield wisely. It's also great for giving some relief to your back guard while waiting for your team to come. You got a lot of health and a shield. Grab aggro when you can, run and jump around, be a hard target to hit. As Captain America, your role is to disrupt the enemy, especially their healers. With your mobility and your shield, you can dive into the back line, get their attention, and make sure that their tanks fall after the healers are knocked out. However, just because you have a ton of health, that doesn't mean you won't get shredded. Pick smart plays and get out if needed. As a wrap up, Captain America may not have the best range of all, but he can hit from a distance, and his mobility and versatility make him an excellent choice for fast-paced, high-impact play. Whether you're attacking, defending, or supporting, he's got all the tools to make a difference in any match. And that's it for this Captain America guide and Marvel Rivals. If you found this video helpful or think there's something that's missing, let me know in the comments below. And hey, hit that like button if you're still watching, subscribe for more videos like this if you haven't already, and stay tuned for the next one.